All right, so today we are going to talk about Digital Power Corp and why this actually uh, dropped today. Gonna try to help those guys out who are fall for these pumps all the time and the indicators of why it fell. So, I mean, we'll go over our play right here, which was just tracking the volume, early morning volume right here. If I remember correctly, it was about 3 to 4 times the average volume first 15 minutes of the day, targeting our 50 EMA dip right here, in which we got in at 205, and then we were able to pop over that average and never hit our stop. Our stop was just above 205, so it never got back down there, and we let it ride up until what is this 280, 290 area. And, with stop losses at the 50, 60. I try to a 10 cent every 10 cents. I usually try to put a stop in, but the majority of our shares we were locked in with just above 210 as the main stop loss. Okay, so I mean, you had a chance. If you missed the first 50 EMA dip right here, you had a chance to buy in right there at the second 50 EMA. By then, uh, by then, if it didn't start running, then it's usually not going to run. I mean, time is of the essence when it comes to getting a good average. You want to have you want to be bought in and have a set average before lunchtime for the most part, at least to keep safe. So you could have gotten in under the 50 there, and just about the same price right there under the 100. And then once it pops over the 50 EMA again, that's your cue to set a stop loss right there.
Lawrence, I'm peeking through your bedroom window.
I apologize for the construction noises in the background. I'm really trying to speak into the mic here. But anywho, so if you bought in the second 50 EMA dip, you would have been fine. The moment it crossed over the 50 EMA again, you should have set a stop loss right there. And you could have probably done it right here too. And maybe rebought under the 100. But after that, you got to be able to, you got to see, you got to see the 50 and the 100 as they are pretty much like that. They're not converging. Well, they're converging, but not in a good sense. People like to use this as like a reason. Oh, it's gonna go up. Oh, it's gonna go down. No, it's for the most part you want these. You want the 50 and the 100, or most of the EMAs, to be as wide as possible. You want a bigger gap than that. The fact that it's just right there, it's not a good gap. But that would have been your second play for day traders. So let's talk about what happened here. 50 EMA, 100, way too close together. You want something that's too much consolidation, not enough volatility. And this is what happened right here, is because this top couldn't break through. I mean, people will call this bottom all day long. They'll be like, oh, that's the bottom. That's the bottom. And yeah, it is a bottom. But guess what? The bottom won't last without making a new channel. You need to start a new channel up here in order for that bottom to actually gain like concreteness. And the fact that it didn't, this is where it should have popped over to a new channel if it was going to run. Because once again, the 50 and the 100 EMA are extremely close together. And right here, right there on that red candle where it crossed, that was your moment of, this thing is not running. You got to get out. If you're above your average, get out. Do what you can to average down and get out. Break even. Maybe take a couple cents loss, but That right there is usually a telltale sign of get out. And you can see the green candles. They're not very strong anymore. They're very short. They're not the big green candles that you see over here. They're just small little stubby candles. Anywho, so once this 50 crosses the 100, that's your sign that now the EMAs are going to act as a roof now. As you can tell, bounced off here, the price will always struggle to get over those EMA lines now because they're crossed up. To get a healthy day trade, those EMAs have to be like this. See how separated by a good amount of space. They're they're in order from the 250 to the 100 to the 50. I mean, it doesn't really matter your value, but they have to be in order no matter what in order for it to be a healthy trade. And on this conjunction right here, that's when you know that there is no breakout run, not enough for a day trade, anyways. And yeah, once again, rejection, and that is what happened. And all through the day, you'll be on StockTwits or whatever social media you follow, and they'll be screaming, "Oh, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, all in this area, buy the dip." No, this is where you got to make money. Right in the beginning, if you want a good average, the best averages are always early in the morning, from 6:30. Oh, okay, well, I'm going West Coast time, but East Coast time, 9:30 to 12:30. Buy the dip then. After that, day traders are already most likely locked in profit and set stop losses. They're not gonna buy. They're the ones that are actually pumping, and you're the ones getting dumped down on. So always pay attention to the 50 and the 100, and when they cross, especially on a play that you're ahead on. And that is what happened. And yeah, if you want to see the live trade video, it's a video previous to this one. And I hope I could shed a little light for those who were stuck bag holding this thing.